Did you know your daily actions might be hurting your dog's feelings more than you realize? Most people miss this step. You won't after today. You'll learn the tiny sentence that changes how your dog sees you every time. Before the kettle sings, write this on a sticky. Dog's routine matters. Put it on your fridge or on your wallet card. It's a simple reminder to honor their need for predictability today. My dear, here's the truth. Our dogs give us endless, unconditional love. But sometimes, unintentionally, we do things that wound their sensitive hearts, things they truly struggle to forgive. This is not vanity, it's freedom work. We want a happy, confident pup and a peaceful home, right? Let's make this easy. First, let's talk about the broken promise of routine. This is something a dog will truly struggle to forgive. Why it matters: predictability equals peace for them. Imagine this: you have a doctor's appointment scheduled for weeks, a haircut, a beloved coffee date. Then, suddenly, it's canceled or shifted without warning. How would you feel? Frustrated? Anxious? That's what it's like for a dog when their world shifts unexpectedly. For centuries, dogs have thrived on structure, their lives governed by natural rhythms and the predictability of their pack. Depriving a dog of a consistent schedule is like denying them a vital part of their being, creating a deep-seated anxiety that chips away at their sense of security. Our lives might shift, but their need for a steady rhythm doesn't. When we disrupt their schedule, feeding at odd hours, skipping walks, or changing their potty breaks without warning, it creates deep anxiety. This isn't just about convenience, it's about their mental health. Their internal clocks are remarkably precise, telling them when to expect their next meal, their next outdoor adventure, their next cuddle. When these expectations are unmet, it causes profound stress. What to do? Create a visual schedule for their feeding and walk times. Use consistent verbal cues for activities. Schedule joy for them like it matters. Even a small, 1-minute win like a quick game of fetch with their favorite squeaky toy at the same time each day can make a huge difference. Think about the calm you feel when you know what to expect. Your dog feels that too. Exact line: "I can't do that right now, but I can offer a 10-minute belly rub in 15. This gives a clear boundary and a future promise, letting them know they are heard and valued, even when you can't immediately meet their demand. It's about clear, calm communication, a skill that serves us well in all our relationships. Here's the secret. Last spring, Betty's sweet terrier developed severe anxiety with her new clinic schedule. Betty, bless her heart, had always been so precise. But with her retirement and a new routine, her own schedule became a little fluid. Her dog, accustomed to clockwork, started pacing, whining, and even having accidents. We helped Betty set phone alerts, real-time transactions on for walks and meals. A gentle reminder for her, a life-changing consistency for her pup. Her dog settled dramatically, and her almost falls from frantic, nudging paws stopped. One change, big peace. This consistency builds trust, which is the bedrock of their love for us. Imagine the bond growing stronger with every predictable meal, every regular walk. Now, let's be honest, we sometimes startle easily. Our hearing might not be what it used to be. The second thing a dog will never forgive is the startle and the shout. Why it matters: loud noises cause deep fear for them. Their hearing is incredibly sensitive, so a sudden shout or a loud dropped item can feel like a world-ending threat. It erodes their sense of safety in their own home. Imagine you're napping peacefully, and a sudden, ear-splitting crash jolts you awake, or someone yells right next to your ear. Your heart races, your body tenses. That's a fraction of what your dog experiences. Their world is often quieter, and their ears are finely tuned to nuances we can't even perceive. A sudden, sharp noise isn't just startling, it's a threat signal. Constant exposure to such shocks raises their cortisol levels, keeping them in a state of chronic stress, which can manifest as fear, aggression, or withdrawal. This isn't your typical bark. It's a bark laced with anxiety, with a need for reassurance, a longing for connection. What to do? Lower your voice half a tone, even when you're just correcting them gently. Use a firm but gentle tone when giving commands. Create a cozy, quiet spot for them during loud events like thunderstorms or visitors. Consider soft music or a white noise machine to buffer jarring sounds. Exact line: instead of reacting sharply, try, "No rush, little one." Let's do this at a pace that feels safe. This is about you guiding them calmly. Why it works: cortisol rises with stress. Long exhales and calm communication nudge their vagus nerve back to calm. Think of it as a calming wave. When you model calm, they learn calm. For our own well-being and theirs, practice patience. When checking out at the store, instead of rushing, say the total. I tap once. If it fails, void before a second. This helps you stay calm and centered, reducing your own internal frantic energy, which your dog will pick up on. A serene you means a serene home. Red flags to watch for. New, severe sudden fear, hiding, shivering during normal home noises, now, not later. This could indicate a deeper problem, perhaps even hearing loss in themselves or increased pain that makes them more sensitive. Do this next. Listen, sweetheart, one more thing that dogs find hard to forgive: the forgotten playtime. Why it matters. Movement is life for them. As we age, our energy levels can dip and our own mobility might become a concern. But for your dog, daily exercise and mental stimulation are non-negotiable. Without it, they can become bored, destructive, or even depressed. Imagine being cooped up all day with nothing to do, no puzzles to solve, no energy to burn. You'd feel restless, wouldn't you? Maybe even a little grumpy. Similarly, your domesticated dog might exhibit the same pacing behavior, driven by loneliness or separation anxiety, or the zoomies because they're bursting with pent-up energy. Their bodies and minds are wired for activity, for chasing, for exploring, for using their incredible senses. When these instincts are stifled, they suffer. Sometimes it's a cry for help. Disguised as a chewed-up remote control, it's loneliness. They're simply trying to navigate a world that feels a little too quiet, a little too empty. What to do? Schedule short play breaks daily, even just 10 minutes. Offer mental puzzles like a snuffle mat or a KONG toy to keep their minds active. If a long walk is too much, do 10 heel raises at the sink while they watch, then offer them a soft toss indoors. This is your light action alternative. Even gentle stretching or simply sitting on the floor and engaging them with a favorite toy can count. Create a sync smile moment where you share a brief, joyful interaction while performing a simple task. For your own walks, wear shoes with a firm heel counter, a grippy sole, and room for toes. This is your shoe test for safety and stability. For trips to the clinic, consider: may I pre-board for extra time to get settled? This helps you stay calm, which in turn helps your dog. Exact line: at your next vet visit, say, "I'll be brief. My top concern today is my dog's activity needs. What are my options for safe, gentle exercise, and when do we follow up?" Why it works. Muscle is armor. 10 sit-to-stands teach hips to catch you and also keep you able to play with your dog. This is not vanity. It's freedom work for both of you. Here's a story. Martha, a spry 72-year-old, loved her golden retriever Buster, but her knees weren't what they used to be for long walks. Buster started gaining weight and became a bit mopey. Martha felt guilty, but didn't know what to do. Her choice: instead of punishing herself, she started using a puzzle feeder for Buster's meals, scattering kibble in the backyard for him to hunt, and engaging him in 2 15-minute fetch sessions indoors with a soft toy. The change: Buster shed the extra pounds, his spark returned, and Martha found new joy in these short, focused playtimes. She was giving him what he needed without overdoing her own physical limits. Situation: right arrow, choice right arrow, change. Finally, a dog struggles to forgive the misread signal. Why it matters: they speak with their bodies. We rely heavily on words, but our dogs use an intricate language of posture, tail wags, ear positions, and even lip licks. When we miss these subtle cues, when we don't give them space when they're uncomfortable or ignore signs of distress, it can feel like we're not listening, that their feelings don't matter. Imagine you're trying to communicate something important, but the other person just isn't picking up on your facial expressions, your tone of voice, your discomfort. You'd feel ignored, unheard, perhaps even frustrated and unseen. That's what it's like for your dog when their subtle pleas for space or reassurance go unnoticed. They might turn their head away, yawn, lick their lips, or even shift their weight. These are their calming signals, their way of saying, "I'm a little stressed, please give me room." When we push past these, we're teaching them that their communication is irrelevant, which can lead to more pronounced, undesirable behaviors out of sheer desperation. What to do? Learn basic dog body language cues. A quick YouTube search for dog calming signals can be incredibly illuminating. Give them space when they ask for it, even if it's just a head turn away. Observe for subtle changes in appetite, thirst, or sleep patterns. These can indicate stress or illness. Every morning, take a 1-minute check-in, a gentle stroke, a quiet observation of their demeanor. This builds a foundation of mindful connection. Friend, when you see your dog yawning not because they're tired, but because they're feeling uneasy, respond with a soft voice and perhaps a slight physical retreat to give them space. This builds trust. If you wake up startled by your dog, remember, "Okay, I'm awake. Rest is still restorative. I'll breathe and go dim." Calm yourself first, then address your dog calmly. Exact line, if you're talking with your vet, try, "Let me repeat what I heard. My dog needs X. I'll call if Y. We'll follow up on Z, correct?" This ensures clarity. This isn't about being difficult. You're being clear, precise, and advocating for your beloved companion just as you would for yourself. Do you do this too? Paying attention to the small details builds bridges. You're not being difficult, you're being clear. Aging is not a plan. This is new for me. What else could cause it? Sometimes, behaviors we misread as stubbornness or bad behavior are actually signs of underlying discomfort or confusion due to age or illness. A senior dog might be slower to respond, not because they are ignoring you, but because their hearing or vision is declining or their joints ache. We must approach these changes with empathy, patience, and a willingness to investigate. Consider Helen and her beagle, Buddy. Buddy, usually the most affectionate dog, started growling whenever Helen tried to pick him up. Helen felt hurt and confused. Her choice: instead of scolding, she observed Buddy more closely. She noticed he was reluctant to jump on the couch. At the vet, using the exact phrase, "I'll be brief, my top concern today is Buddy's sudden growling when touched. What are my options for safe, gentle pain management, and when do we follow up?" She discovered he had arthritis in his hips. The change, with pain medication and a ramp for the couch, Buddy's sweet disposition returned. Helen understood his growl wasn't a rejection, but a desperate communication of pain. Remember, slow is cheap. Rushed is expensive. Make your paths safe for both you and your furry friend. Practice small moments of connection every day. Schedule joy like it matters for them and for you. Consider using nightlight paths for them, just as you might for yourself, to prevent falls and ease nighttime anxieties. Always keep a sticky note on your ID with an emergency contact for your dog, ensuring their safety even if something unforeseen happens to you. I'm cheering for you. This is not vanity, it's freedom work. Freedom from anxiety, freedom for joy, for both you and your precious companion. Which two habits start today for a happier pup and a calmer you?